Hello and greetings, dear students. Welcome to this course. I'm myself, trainer Pranav Parekh, indeed excited to help you get more insights and show you the process of managing a YouTube channel as well as becoming a vlogger in this particular course. The course is brought to you by Eduonix Learning Solutions, one of the leading companies in providing online learning and training. To get started with, let us have a look through the set of topics we are going to cover in this particular training. We'll start with first knowing as to what do we mean by a vlogger. It's a synonym to video blogging. Then we'll be seeing the detailed elements of setting up a video channel and learning what's the process for doing it, followed by the methodology for creating playlist. In this, we are going to see methods of how we can have multiple set of videos added together to become a playlist. We'll also see the mechanism of creating different categories or subsections of a video channel. So if you are someone who is multi-talented and can create videos or do video blogging on different topics, we are going to see that what is the process for doing the same, followed by which we'll be learning about important elements for creating content, because as it's known, there is huge amount of content already available on different video portals, and in which YouTube has a huge number of content uploaded every other minute. So we'll be seeing that how we can make our content stand out from others in that topic. Then we'll also learn about different methods for recording content, as to what are the softwares, how we can do it more efficiently, what are the techniques available for making it suit to the audience for whom we are creating the same. Then as a part of it, we are also going to see an introduction to variety of cameras which are used by different people who record content and share it. So we'll be understanding how we can better record different elements, right from while we are traveling to while someone is shooting in night mode and other elements regarding the same. Finally, there will be some nice tips and tricks which will be used for editing content so as it looks highly professional, and we'll be seeing that how some basic tips can help us make really engaging and nice content element for increasing the viewership and look and feel of our channel. So that's a small overview of the topics. There's a lot more to be covered into it. If you have not checked through the first part of this, do make sure that before starting with this second element of the course, you have indeed seen all the basic elements in the first course. I'm excited to have you as a part of the course. Let's get started.
Hello, dear students. Let's get some insights about this particular topic known as the initial and pioneering topic of Introduction to Becoming a Vlogger. In this topic, we are going to see, first of all, meaning of what vlogger means, what vlogging is, some history of how it has evolved over time, what has been happening in the past, what are the current trends. We'll also have a look at some famous vlogs and vloggers. We'll also be focusing specifically about how video blogging or vlogging it's reaching its great heights and how people are earning great income through YouTube, as well as also see partially other video portals as well as promotion channels which are there for it. So let's get started with understanding the concepts one after the other. The term vlog is ideally a combination of two simple terms, video and blog, and the term vlogger is similarly a combination of two terms, video and blogger. Just to give some insights about this basic element, approximately in the year 2000 or around that, when internet penetration started across the globe, blogging was one of the easier methods through which people would write amazing content which they knew, any particular skill, hobby, or activity which they were expert, and earning online through writing content and doing it in the form of blogs. There were, together with that, few people who even went a step further and started creating content in the form of videos or vlogs and publishing them on their website, and past that when YouTube came onto it. Here, the difference to understand is of doing a publishing of video on YouTube and doing it on a vlog is that in case of a vlog, the vlogger would also embed other elements like images, text, and other things required to support the video and content created. To give an example around it, let us check this online. The definition of vlogger, as we can see here, says that video blog or vlog is usually, it's ideally a form of a blog itself, for which the medium or the main element is in the form of video or also in the form of web television. This entity in the form of blog or blogs are also combined with supporting text, images, and other elements. Now, here, one point which could be thought is what's the main important point we are looking to understand in this particular topic. So, let's check this particular link to get more background about it. The main aim is to help us understand how this element of recording videos and creating that consistently over a period of time can help, first of all, get great set of exposure, second, get great set of income, third, establish ourselves online like almost people who are TV serial characters or movie characters or actors, as well as give wings to our creativity and get great exposure in our career or business and reach the required goals. If we can showcase this professionalism or expertise we have about these different topics and elements, we'll be having a great showcase to show to people. And here is the history around blogging. Around the year 2000, specifically January 2000, there was a person who's named here who posted a vlog element, and then that happened first time, and past that all else which you read is almost history. People admired the content a lot, which was in the form of videos. Past that, in some years, YouTube got established, and by the year 2006 or so, it had so many viewers and content that, and now there are people today earning 5 to 6 figure or more monthly income through this particular source. So let us have a look through few famous people mentioned in this industry. So here is one of the example of Charles Trippy, who is owning a channel named Internet Kill Television and has Guinness World Record of more than 2000 plus videos. And here, if I search for Charles Trippy, here is one of his channels, and you can see he is in the 8th year of running his channel. And the channel has over 1.5 million subscribers to the channel. If we check the about of the channel, we can know that consistently he is creating so many videos. There are new videos added or posted almost daily or sometimes multiple times a day, sharing a lot of his daily activities and other elements. And this has helped in gaining so much potential as well as gaining a record. And when we check the list of videos, We'll be finding from the date element also that it's a very consistent activity done almost every day. There is mostly, if you check through, neither even one day when a video is not being published. So that's about one of the video bloggers showing so much consistency and inspiration to us to learn from. Similarly, here is one more famous vlogger named as Kezi Neistat. He also has over 6.4 million subscribers, and we can see he has joined for so many years from 2010 and is vlogging for almost over 6 years. If you check through his video, you will find that he is posting almost one video every other day or having minimum 3 to 4 videos in a week itself, sometimes more or sometimes lesser, but consistently minimum 3 to 4 videos posted each week. And in his question and answer section in the About Us part, he has explained about elements like kind of camera, phone, and other devices he is using for doing the recording and the high end professionalism in his videos itself. If you check out any video of Casey Neistat, you will find all this animation and lot of effects and all integrated in an high end manner in the videos itself, and even the great amount of perfection in capturing it. So, there's some great inspiration we have to learn and know when we are starting our journey as a vlogger. Definitely reaching this kind of numbers does take a lot of effort and time. It is not easy, but definitely achievable. There are others who have done that and are a source of inspiration for us. And if we strive to reach there, we can achieve the same. So, that's a brief introduction about some important points of having a right mindset when we get started as a vlogger. We'll see through further details indeed in our next set of tutorial. Thank you.
Hello, students. So, continuing with the previous element where we have seen some of the important startup points regarding understanding what is video blogging or blogging, let me throw some more insights regarding the same. First of all, the main aim of this course is to turn someone who is completely fresh to YouTube and video blogging into someone who is at least at a more professional from a beginner. Here, two other elements to mention regarding blogging is that definitely number one, there is YouTube as the most powerful channel available. But apart from YouTube, there are other portals as well, like Vimeo, MetaCafe, and many others, where also you could do cross publishing. Secondly, also there is other online social channels like Instagram and Facebook, where you could be duplicating or replicating your content and sharing on them, either by uploading it at one location and sharing at others, or even individually uploading the same content on these portals like Snapchat, Facebook, and many more. So that is going to be an important part which we'll be seeing further when we understand the marketing elements. The main aim from this particular video is to go further and help you drive the right mindset when one is getting started with this element of doing vlogging on a regular basis. Because many a times when we see nice examples, that is what we have seen in the previous video about famous people having millions of subscribers like Casey Neistat and others. In that scenario, it is definitely possible that we may get driven by understanding that this seems to be a really interesting and easy way of earning income online. So I have jotted down these fundamental elements which will make us a successful vlogger. The first and foremost thing is consistency. We have seen in the previous videos that all famous vloggers are creating content and are consistently doing so almost multiple times a week, and someone doing it even multiple times a day. So that consistency is the pioneering element, and we should be ready to face challenges because we are going to learn a new skill in which we are currently at ground zero or maybe just have started with it, and we need to lead to a level where we are thinking of being a professional or an expert or someone who is very much known as the go-to person for that particular topic. So challenges are going to be faced by us at each and every junction, right from not able to edit a video properly, or maybe not able to record it, or even past promotion not getting the number of views. So these all challenges are to be answered, and the consistency element will get it resolved very quickly. And together with that, also, if someone is thinking of this element of doing video blogging as being a quick make money kind of stream, or maybe a quick element with which one can make secondary income, we need to make sure that while income is going to be one perspective, there is going to be dedicated time and efforts to be put through. A very simple logic to keep in mind is we are establishing or starting a new business. And if we want to earn serious income from a business, it has to be made sure that you input your time and energy like a business and not like a hobby or maybe an element which you can do whenever you want. So if we are serious on this path, because the series is built actually to get you serious on that element, there are a lot of technical and other marketing stuff which will follow through. But these are some pioneering basics which, when we are starting with doing video blogging, we should be aware about, and we should be ensuring that we are incorporating this as a mindset of ours to be a successful blogger. To show you just some examples regarding the same, here is one of the articles about few successful bloggers with here you can see PewDiePie, the vlogger with the highest subscribers. And if you go through the content, you will find that they are also sharing the same thing, that there is good amount of efforts required when you want to be successful as a vlogger. So there's just one blogger who is the most famous one, but even if you check any other vloggers talking about their process, about how they are doing videos and other elements, all of them will be indeed saying in their videos as well that it is not a very easy or getting started quickly kind of element. It takes it time, because every business takes its own time to grow from level 0 to a higher stage. So that's the main element which I want to share through in this particular video. Let's check out further details in the coming tutorials. Thank you.
Hello, dear students. So, continuing with our understanding about the fundamental elements, here are some more inputs which I would like to share with you. In the previous tutorial, we had focused on how to stay consistent, how to think of it as a business, how to keep on inputting our efforts and other elements. In this video, I would like to make it a little bit
more comfortable and share with you some other important elements as well. Because from research and from interaction, it has been understood that it is not always so that people are looking for earning a huge income or are looking for fame, and that's the only reason why they have been doing blogging. So, the first and foremost point, ideally, which is a kind of reputation but important from a mindset of someone doing the process of creating videos, is to decide on that basic important reason for creation of content. While this is something which would have been already known to anyone who has started their channel, but many a times we are not that much serious and not doing the process of creating videos for a particular element like just earning income. So, my main focus was that before you start creating content, identify what is the reason. Are you doing it for becoming famous and a celebrity? Are you doing it from the pure perspective of earning huge income? Are you doing it just because you like entertaining people? Or are you doing it from a basic instinct of sharing information which you know and getting self satisfaction from that? The reason why this point is important is because if you are doing it basis any of the element mentioned here, or maybe something else apart from it, it will be important to understand what will be the mindset accordingly for the same. For example, if income is your sole purpose, you need to be quite sure that as a business perspective, you need to wait for good amount of time, at least a year or so, so as you can get some consistent 3 to 4 figure income. Similarly, if you are even doing for fame, like people discussing and talking about your content, again this element requires good amount of time, at least in the set of 6 months to 1 year. Apart from it, if you are doing it for fun or if you are doing it for self satisfaction, it is quite possible that even if there are minimum subscribers to your video, if there are just under 100 views, or even if there are 5 to 10 people viewing it, that may not bother you because your aim is not for fame or for income. So that's the first and foremost pioneering decision that you should be taking. Past that, definitely in line with whatever may be the reason, you need to make sure you have a clear understanding of what your skills and abilities are and what is the target audience for whom you are creating the video. Because a clear understanding of your skills and abilities will make sure that you can present that data flawlessly. Secondly, will also ensure that you are treated as a person having considerable knowledge in that field, except that you are doing the video creation element just for entertainment and fun based videos. At that element, yes, except having a nice, funny bone or having a fun based attitude for life, as well as being able to express that is required. So, even if you are doing a channel just for entertainment, you should be having at least the skill of being able to express that to the end user. So understand this, because basis this, people decide on the kind of content they create for their channel. It could be in the arena of technology, it could be in the arena of fitness, it could be even in the arena of beauty, it could be gaming if you are someone who likes to play a lot of games and share that with your end users. There are many possibilities or endless possibilities, but till time you don't have at least a know-how of this, it may become a tedious process sometimes or it may become a less worthy or less creative process sometimes, where you keep on thinking about what you should create and are not able to come to a conclusion. So making sure of having a list of your skills or abilities would be the best thing. You could even take a pen and paper and jot down all elements which you think are something you would like to create content, and then on a scale of 1 to 5 as to which one would be the best from this and which one would be something which can be taken at a later point of time. And also, accordingly, think about the audience to whom you are going to share that content with. Because when you think about your end users, you can co create examples around the same. For example, if you are thinking of creating health and fitness videos for people who are 50 plus age, you will need to think about the exercise ability of those age group people. You'll need to think about the lifestyle of those people. Against that, if you are creating makeup videos for females who are in the age of 18 plus to around 30, then you will need to give tips and tricks which are useful for that skin of young age. So these are some basic elements of ensuring that you bifurcate your audience and ensure that you also have the right abilities to go forward with. Also, someone who may be coming on the camera for the first time, or you may be thinking of doing self recordings, just go ahead and do that kind of practice of talking to the mirror so as you can ensure you are doing it in a easier way when you are even communicating with your end user. Lastly, another important point is that minutes need hours. What I'm trying to say from that point is the complete process, right from ideating for a next video or thinking of what all elements to include in a video up to the element of uploading it and then promoting, it can many a time take good amount of efforts. It can take up to hours of time for just creating a video output of 5 to 10 minutes. So this is something that many a times when you are starting to do a activity only for fun or even for fame or income purpose, you should not get demotivated because of the lengthier time frames involved. To just give you a sneak peek of few vloggers, let me show you this particular article. So here is an article on make use of, showcasing lifestyle of few of the vloggers who are consistently creating videos from a time frame of few years up to someone even doing it consistently for 8 to 10 years. And these vloggers are creating their content on different topics, someone doing it for entertainment, someone else doing it for the purpose of travel, someone else doing it for the purpose of lifestyle, or even someone doing it related to cartoon characters. Many of them are not those famous vloggers who have millions of subscribers. They have hundreds or thousands of people just being a part of their videos, or they don't get millions of views for every video they create. But the point which they have mentioned is that they are looking at this element mostly as first process through which they want to help people, they want to entertain people, or they want to share content with people. Secondary, together with that, definitely there is some amount of monetary value, some amount of fame, and other elements flowing back. But the main aim only to start with it as a full time profession is not what many of these are working on, or many of these have created their channel for. But yes, their aim, a couple of them from them, is to be a successful entrepreneur and even have this as a full-time income source. So my main aim was that if you are clear with this, like many of them are clear that they are pursuing this just to make other people happy. So there they are getting the end result irrelevant of what is the fame or other elements coming to them. So if this positive mindset is there, definitely vlogging success is there for you. So with that being said, let us move forward and see other elements in the further video tutorials. Thank you. Okay, so dear learner, let's now see further elements which are important moving ahead in our training as to how we can add more insights into our channel. In our previous course, in the part 1 series, we have already done the setup part regarding what is required in a channel, how we add cover art to it, and some basic elements. Going further from there, there are other elements which will make better sense for us. Those elements are about incorporating the description about your channel, which includes giving people an idea about what you are sharing with them, even giving some introduction about who you are, as well as making them understand your motive behind this particular channel. Together with that, you will also have the ability to add your email address so as there could be business inquiries coming from anyone interested in what you are offering in form of content. To share an insight with you, there are many YouTubers or vloggers who earn a part of their income through advertisements which they show on their channel, but they also earn a handsome income through marketing activities they do for products and services, either on their own channel or even by becoming a promoter of product and services at local events, national events, or international events. There are many people who have also got opportunity to participate in mainline TV ads and got other opportunities. And a start across point for this can be through mentioning your inquiry email address, as well as there is the element of sharing links for other websites and social media platforms through the link section. So this is one more great opportunity through which you can give the viewers information which you are selling or which you want to promote with, as well as give them an idea about your social presence on other channels. Like you could be as much active on Instagram, maybe on Facebook, maybe on Twitter, or any other social channel, as much you are active on YouTube as well. So, to give people a know how about that, this is also important to incorporate those links. So let us check out how we can do that. So here is one of the basic channel which we had created, in which I have landed on the about page. I am already signed into my account and have gone to the tab of my channel, under which I am in the about section, and here is that element about adding an email address, adding other custom links, and adding a channel description. To see how other famous vloggers are doing it, let me showcase the channel of Casey Neistat. On his channel, there is a description in a very brief manner about where he lives. Specifically, important answers which he has given is as to what he does for shooting the videos and what are the kind of equipments being used by him, followed by which there is the links of other YouTube channel of his Also links for other social accounts like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Google Plus, as well as Tumblr. Then there are the statistics about this channel as to how many total number of channels are owned, followed by total videos which are shared, followed by the views and the subscribers. So the last two figures are huge. They are in millions as well as in billions, with over 6.5 million subscribers and over 1.4 billion views. That's the number this particular YouTuber is getting. Similarly, to showcase one more channel of Internet Kill Television, there also let me show you the About Us part of that channel. So they also have great number of subscribers and viewers, and there you can see there is a cool description given of how much long has been Mr. Charles Trippy doing video production and video sharing on YouTube, and an introduction of what is the background of this famous YouTuber, followed by which a lot of links are there to all the different set of YouTube channels as well as social media presence in form of Facebook, Twitter, and more. And finally, at the bottom there is the data of all different channels. So there is some difference in the stat which we see at the top, which is related to just one particular channel we are viewing, and then there is this data at the bottom which is related to all the channels where that particular person is the owner, and the complete stats of all channels owned and managed by them is shown at the bottom. So let's try and incorporate this simple element in the channel we have created here. The mechanism is simple. You click on the plus tab where you can start writing the description. So let's say this particular channel is created for technology help. So I could be going with a description as follows. So once we have created the description, we'll click on done and it will be saved immediately. Pass saving the description. The next element is to enter the email address for business inquiry. So whatever your company name may be, you can enter the same. Make sure that you are tracking that email address so as people can view your email and share any proposal they want with you. Once we have saved the email address, then we need to select the country so as it can be known that where is this channel being operated from, or who is the person who is owning the channel, what is the country of residence of that particular person. Past entering that, we'll be going forward and entering the link. So here, let's say if I want to share my Facebook link, I'll enter Facebook and then the URL of that particular link. Similarly, if I want to share my link about Twitter, I could be saving the same. So one element which will happen is basis the kind of link which you are sharing, you will be seeing that the link does not appear in total out here, but there will be the icon of that link appearing, and through that icon the person can go on your profile and get information about you. So let me just add this first three links. One more element is the links which you add here. You can also decide if you would like to show any of them, or maybe majorly five of them if there are more than five links on your main YouTube channel page as well. So for example, if there is the channel of Charles Trippy here, and in that there is this particular button of subscribe, followed by which there are these links. So the same links which you are sharing there, you can decide if you would like to show them on your main page as well. So let me save the links which I have added, and let us see how once we have added this data and completed the process. So here, as we can see, there is the addition of the description followed by the country as well as the link. One important point to mention about the links is that if you add the link directly starting with www without including the http part, then it may mislead and not open the actual page you desire to open, and it would actually take the user again on your YouTube page. What I mean by that, let me show you with an example. If I remove this http part and save my Facebook link here, it will be showing Facebook in this format without the icon. Like here you can see the Twitter link has the icon, and if I click onto it, it will open my page of YouTube only and not my Facebook page. Against that, when I include the starting http part followed by double colon and double slash and then save it, I'll be able to see the Facebook icon with its logo, and when I click onto it, it will actually land me to that link on Facebook. So be careful that when you are doing this part, that you do not miss the starting part of http or https, and then you will be ready for business communication, and any person or company looking forward to contact you can check your email address and other social presence. So these are the additional settings. Let's see further details in the coming tutorial. Thank you. Hello dear students. So the next important element is about something known as managing a brand account. Now this is a important step for a person who wants to scale up, because at the start there it is very much possible that you are managing the channel itself. But as time prevails and when you have a lot of content on your site, it may be required that you need someone to evaluate the comments. You need someone to make sure that whatever data that is getting communicated on your channel is managed properly. You may need someone for a lot of activities related to your content. Maybe it's possible you want to add some design elements in your video which you are not having either the time for, or you are not having the bandwidth to manage it. So in these kind of scenarios, there is a requirement of having multiple managers or multiple people who can take care of this. So let us see how we can do this. So in our previous first set of course, we have already seen the process of how a brand account is created. So if you want to check that out, you can refer to the previous course, YouTube for Beginners. In that, I have shown the detailed process of how we create a brand account. Currently, I am already having this brand account, and in that I have clicked on the My Channel link of the account. Now, when I want to add users, I need to understand two things. One is about the process of how I can do that, and second is about the kind of permissions which are available. Because in a brand account, there are three levels of permissions which are given for us to go forward and add someone additionally to manage our account. So to start with, I'll click on the settings icon here. In that, there is this link of access more options in account settings. Once I open that, I am landing in my privacy related settings. From there, I will go to the overview related tab, and there is a link named as managers, under which I can see add or remove managers. When I open that, I am taken to my settings page of my complete account, in which there is a link of manage permissions. Under this link of manage permissions, the primary owner of the account is shown. Now, let's say if I want to add a colleague or I want to add any person who can manage this account and help me in my activity, I can do so with this plus sign. As soon as I do that, it will ask about the email address or the name of that person, and it will ask about the role that I want to assign that person. So if you are having maybe your friend or maybe your business partner with whom you are associated and working on this particular business element of being a vlogger, then you could assign him or her an owner permission. If there is someone who is going to manage the videos right from the ability of uploading the videos, editing the videos, and doing a lot of activities around it, you can assign a manager permission. Or if you do not want to give anyone access to all those elements but want to keep very restricted access, which would be related to just some management around reviews and stuff, then you can give communication manager access. To exactly see what's the difference between all of them, let us check out the following graph. So in this particular graph, we can see the three level of permissions which are available. The first one is the owner permission, which is assigned to the first person who would have created that YouTube brand account. And also through the previous element which we have seen in the video, someone else can also be given the same permission. By default, the owner has the right to do everything related to the account, right from adding someone else or removing someone else, up to removing any particular video or editing a video, or even editing the information regarding the channel, editing the information regarding that particular account which you have on Google, as well as managing the hangouts which are going on, as well as managing on YouTube videos. So do remember one thing, that when someone has a owner permission, they are having right to change data not just related to the brand account which is there on YouTube. Means that person is having an complete access to the Google account through which this YouTube brand account has been created. So that's why there are these additional elements of business information, etc. Apart from it, definitely being an owner, the person will have the right for responding to reviews as well as any other activities related to the channel, and the brand account can be managed. On the other hand, when we are giving a permission to someone as a manager, that person can only have access about changing or editing your YouTube videos, or starting a Google Hangout on air, as well as changing some information regarding brand in form of the business information about it, like their address or location, etc. But this person as a manager cannot remove or add someone else. That is the biggest restriction on a manager, where they do not have the right to add someone else, neither they have the right to remove someone else. So that's one thing which is better through. So if you have a junior colleague, or if you have someone who are you are assigning an freelance related work or keeping someone on job, then you would be assigning that person a manager based permission. Apart from it, the most basic one, where the person does not even have the right to do any editing of the videos or maybe start a hangout, but only has the right mostly to check the element of reviews submitted by users, or replying to comments submitted by users, and doing those smaller elements in an account. There you can do so by providing communications manager permission. This would definitely be useful for a vlogger when they go forward and are having thousands or maybe hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and there is good amount of interaction happening from the end user. So in that scenario, a communication manager permission may be useful. So these are the three levels, and now let us check out the process of adding the same. So as we have seen previously, on this screen of add new users, I will go forward and input the name of any of the person whom I want to share the access with, or I can input the email address of a person whom I want to give this access to. As soon as I do that, the email is seen, and as soon as I assign a role and click on invite, it will be sent to that user. Once that user accepts that permission, he will be becoming actively available to manage this particular channel and to manage this particular brand account. So that's an important element for making sure we are having a good ecosystem built around, because any individual, when a company scales up or even when any element of business scales up, cannot attain best productivity by doing everything himself or herself, and at some point of time there is a requirement of making a team or coordinating with someone else who can help you, and in that scenario this is the best way to do it. Thanks for your time. See you in the next tutorial. Okay, so let us now see the next element related to our channel about a concept known as custom URL. A custom URL, or sometimes even known as a vanity URL or a short URL, indeed helps us to give a kind of identity to our channel and even the owner of the channel. Secondly, it also helps us to share the channel name easily, make other people remember it, and overall it makes unique and different from all the other accounts and channels. So this is a step which is again an added advantage for anyone whose channel becomes more famous, and once a vlogger goes into his advanced mechanism of getting more subscribers and users. There are some criterias and eligibilities only past which one can get this, but as a concept, it's important for us to know about it. So let us see how we can do that. So by default, whenever a channel is created on YouTube, it has a long alphanumeric character based name which consists of numbers and letters in capital letters as well as in smaller font size. So within that, when we want to get a custom URL, we can get that or know the element whether we are eligible to get a custom URL or not from our settings part. So let us see that. In the gear icon, when we go to account settings, in our account settings part, there is the overview tab, in which within it, just besides name, there is the advanced tab. In the advanced tab, we can see the ID of our channel as well as the ID of the user which we are using to log into this channel. And basis this ID, there is the creation of the URL also of our channel. Now, by default, this is a channel which does not meet the criteria required for creating a custom URL. Otherwise, out here under the channel settings tab, we'll be seeing a link which says about getting the custom URL or going forward and selecting or implementing your custom URL. So as this is a channel for learning purpose, it is yet to reach that element. The required criteria is broken down into 4 to 5 elements. Let us check what those elements are. So for being able to claim a custom URL for YouTube, at a minimum there should be 100 or more subscribers to our channel. Secondly, there should be at least a time frame of 30 days before which channel should have been created. Third, we need to upload a photo as channel icon, as well as we should have uploaded channel art. So, as you would be aware, the icon that we have in our account, so let me show you that in our account, in our channel, the icon which is there in small, that is the channel icon part, and the bigger image which is there, that is the channel art part. So these two are required to be uploaded to the channel at a minimum. Secondly, it should be 30 days old, and the most important criteria is there should be 100 or more subscribers. So because this channel is not having those kind of subscribers, that's why there is not the eligibility of seeing the custom URL. But once the channel is available to claim a custom URL, there will be a link seen that you are eligible for a custom URL in the same advanced setting icon. And then there will be a name provided by them about the channel and the custom URL. To give you some examples of how custom URLs look like, let us check few other channels. So here is the channel of PewDiePie, in which we can see the name is followed by youtube.com/user/PewDiePie. Similarly, here is one more example of KZ Neistat channel, where again it's in custom URL/user/KZ Neistat. Or apart from it, here is another channel of Snapchat stories of KZ Neistat, in which he has claimed a custom URL which directly starts as youtube.com/snap stories. So we can create these kind of custom URLs or have our channel name shared in this format by people, or make them easily remember this, or maybe tell them to bookmark these kind of easy names. And it can help also as a branding perspective, because whenever companies create new website, they are very specific about the kind of brand name they will be having, the kind of domain name they would be having. So similarly, that criteria is even out here, where we are trying to create a custom URL which will resonate with our brand name and can be shared and remembered easily. But for doing that, as said, we need to fulfill the criteria, and then we can even have our URL in this format. Couple of things to remember together with this is that while custom URL is a great thing for our channel, there are some caution elements that is mentioned from the end of YouTube. One is that once a URL has been claimed and we have selected it, we cannot change it at a later time. So we need to be careful about what naming we are giving to it, what kind of URL we are selecting. Maybe if we are thinking of changing the brand name later or incorporating a company with a different name, then it is better not to claim custom URL unnecessarily. Only once you are fixed with your brand name and when you have the complete plan of action around it, you should go ahead and claim it. So these are just basic warning points. Otherwise, it's the best thing to do for any brand. Thanks a lot for your time. Let's see further details in coming tutorial. Great. So let's see some other basic channel settings which will be helpful for us for managing our channel better, because there are some settings related to privacy, there are some settings related to sharing data on other platforms, there are some settings for even connecting or viewing data of our channel on some other device. So let's see those simple settings so as we have better understanding of what we can easily share and what we can control from sharing to others. So in our interface, again we'll go in the gear icon on the account settings tab. In there, in privacy, there is the element of what we would like to feed and make public about something which we are doing as an activity, as being even a channel owner or being a vlogger. So this is very important, because once we have a big number of subscribers, and then when we are doing the activity of liking other videos or saving a playlist, the people who are subscribing to us, they would be knowing publicly about those activities. So it's important to make sure that would we like to go ahead and share these kind of activities with our public element or not, or on our feed or on our page of YouTube where the activities of ours are seen. So maybe if we are adding a new video ourselves, it is something which we may think of sharing with our subscribers and on our activity feed. So I've selected that. Apart from it, if we are doing some activity for our account internally, like ourselves checking other videos and liking and other stuff, I believe probably that is not something one would like to share. So make sure that you are choosing the right element here in your privacy settings. The next important thing is about notifications. As we know that YouTube and even other digital marketing and social media related sites, they have some or the other element coming in the form of updates or changes or announcements which they want to make. So to make sure that we are receiving all of them and are staying up to date according to their requirement, as well as knowing about any changes happening from their end, we need to give preference about our element of receiving emails. So would we like to receive certain general updates as well as announcement and updates for our channel? So by default it is unchecked, so I believe we should go forward and check that. And then there is the notifications on the Chrome browser. So if you would like to get notifications, we should turn that on. And then finally, if we are having subscribers, then would we like to get notified about people joining our subscription list? So this is a really nice set of benchmark or tracking mechanism that if we are having subscribers, or if there is any activity which we are doing subscription to, then would we like to get notified from it or not, and if we would like to get it, through what element, as a push notification or as an email. So those settings are something which we can change. And specifically I believe about getting notified from the end of YouTube is very much important. So go forward and do that. The next element of settings is around something known as connected TV. So if you would like to watch the video or know the quality of our video, how it is looking on a television device, because videos is going to be, or one can say has already started being, the biggest competitor now with prime time television. So if we would like to make the same quality of our videos match the quality of what is the look of an episode or a movie or maybe a TV series, then we can even check it on a television device. To do that, we'll need to enter the TV code which is there on our TV in the box, and then there can be direct synchronization. This element can even be done with a HDMI port, but apart from this, here is a great way of linking it. And together with that, once we are done with it, then the data or video can be synced together. So there's one more way of checking the quality of video by using this element of linking with TV through the code. Right, so those are few basic important settings regarding privacy. And with that being said, let us move forward and check more details in further tutorial. Thank you.